It was fortunate Vesperi had convinced her father to let her speak with the spy, Agler, before saying yes to the mummer's proposal. Vesperi would have been a complete laughingstock after his inevitable discovery, forced back into the convent, so Lord Selwyn need never lay eyes on her again. A man who addressed her as Lady wasn't one on whom she could hang her future. The more she considered it, the more his pathetic attempt at winning her hand angered her, and it had been so long since she had used her talent. She had to hide it until she was ready to show father how important it could be for him, how invaluable she could be. But a little play could be explained away well enough. The spy sputtered on about teaching her to be a respectable wife or some such nonsense, but he never raised a hand toward her like a true Meduan would have. That final mistake sealed his fate. Vesperi gazed out the tiny window high above her nightstand. 3 of the 4 moons clustered close that night, and she focused on the biggest one, silver-hued Essie. With her middle finger raised, she imagined squeezing the moon by its halo, draining the light from it. Energy flowed into her body and churned within her palm, like a hound chasing after its tail. "Vesperi, what are you doing?" There was fear in the question. I must be glowing. His rounded eyes reminded her of a lizard's, and then his face went white. She wondered what he saw. The last time, the nun had screamed something about fish scales, and Vesperi had been desperately curious to know how she appeared when channeling the talent ever since. Her hair writhed with the force of strengthening energy, and she breathed in sharply, jabbed her raised finger toward him. A single bolt of silver flashed into his chest, and in seconds, she was alone. A lick of flame lingered over the pile of ashes, then vanished. She was disappointed to see she had burnt the chair to a crisp as well as the man. At least there were no marks left on the wall. Vesperi could summon her talent, but she did not know how to control it. She yelled down the hall, "Servant! Come clean up this mess!" A young girl with bronzed skin scurried inside, keeping her head low. "Those ashes." Vesperi pointed at the chair's remains. "Sweep them up." The girl hurried back into the corridor to fetch a broom, deftly sidestepping the incense-shrouded altar to their god, Saeth, that dominated the hall. A flash of inspiration made Vesperi call after her, "Bring a box with a lid and a quill and paper also. This'll be fun." The girl nodded as she disappeared down the hall, blending in with the shadows. Vesperi knelt, sticking her hand in the warm ashes. A waterfall of them slipped through her spread fingers. Such a waste. He had been so handsome.